taking place, breaking norms, setting trends. Wage of the day, uncontained, making space, cultivating grace. Yeah. Filling space, converging minds on the same page. Every day, every way. Word of the day. Word of the day. Conversation. Yeah. Be alright, be alright. Life is strange, full of pain. Joy and happiness is all the same. But you have to reclaim. Become your best self. Stop tripping off what people say. Don't you know it's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Lift your hands. Do it, y'all. Come on, better, 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 better. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better, 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 better. Taking place, breaking norms, setting trends. Wage of the day, uncontained, making space, cultivating grace. Yeah.
Man, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? Come on into the space tonight. Y'all know what it is. It's Wade's Word of the Day, Wade's Word of the Day. So thankful and grateful to be hanging out in this space on this evening with each and every one of you. So do me a favor, tag, text, and tell somebody, tell them to come into the space. I'm going to do likewise, if you don't mind. I'm going to do likewise. So, yeah, come on in the space. Come on in the room. It's Monday, and y'all know how I feel about Mondays. So I'm going to do what I'm asking you all to do real quick. I'm tag and text and tell somebody. Wow. Made it to another Monday. I love Mondays. I really do. Mondays afford us an opportunity for a fresh start, for a fresh chance, for a new opportunity. And so I'm grateful to be hanging out with you all on this Monday. All right. I'm just doing what I'm asking you all to do. Yeah, go ahead and holler at somebody. Tell them to come on into space tonight. All right. Verlin Barnes, good to see you tonight. Thank you for coming in. Come on, everybody. Tag, text, and tell somebody. We're going to get started in just a moment here. All right. All right. All right. Wow. Y'all know what we do in this space every Wade's Word of the Day, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. we're here in this space, we talk about everything. You know, nothing is really off limits. Let me give you the 3 pillars of what we do on these social media streets.
That's the Bible, y'all.
Yeah. Way's Word of the Day, Sundays with LHBC, and certainly the Life Center. So make sure that you are getting connected in all of those spaces. We're on all of the social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of those things. Make sure that you find us over there. We certainly would appreciate it. Tonight, we're asking everyone $1, $1, $1, 100 stars. That's all it basically amounts to is $1. So everybody who can, go ahead and do that 100 stars real quick. And I need you right now to hit those hearts and those likes. It's really important that you do that. So take about 30 seconds. You know, I was trying to give y'all room to do that, right? First 30 seconds, every time we go live, we ask that you hit those hearts and those likes and that you tag, text, and tell somebody. So y'all go ahead and do that real quick. I would appreciate it. Excuse me. I would appreciate it. Would appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, sometimes you're trying to go live, and you got to navigate through a whole bunch of things. So that's what I'm doing right now. Trying to make sure that we're straight and that we're going out the way that we need to be going out. So y'all bear with me real quick. I should have gave you some extra time to holler at somebody. So go ahead. I don't see y'all tagging and texting and telling nobody put the person's name in, tell them to come on into the space. I think we got a wonderful conversation that we want to get started. But first of all, what made you smile today? Right there coming across the ticker at the bottom. Drop that in the comments section. What made you smile today? What made you smile today? What made you smile today? Go ahead and answer that question for me real quick. All right. So let's talk about this tonight. As y'all can see, I'm still playing. I'm still playing, still. That's the one thing about technology. Sometimes you can find yourself getting distracted. And that's certainly the case with me sometimes. All right, there we go. Now we're where we need to be. All right. All right, cool. Let's talk about it. So what do I want to talk about tonight? I want to talk about some steps that we can take on a daily basis. Make us feel good, to make us feel good about ourselves. We look at our world, we look at all of these kind of things that make you, pause and like, yo, what's really going on? Sometimes if you're not careful, looking at certain things on TV, the news and all of that kind of stuff, it can kind of put you in a place you don't want to be. So I'm going to talk about 5 or 6 things that we can do, that'll help us, feel good about ourselves, feel good about our situations, feel good about our circumstances. So that's what I want to talk about tonight. That sounds like a good topic to you. Go ahead in the comment sections, simply say, let's do it. Let's do it. Drop that in the comment section real quick. Just simply say, let's do it.
Say what?
All right. All right. So here we go. Couple things. First thing, number 1, and I want to start this right from the beginning. Number one. It's critically important that you choose your circle wisely, right? Surround yourself with people who can help lift you up, not tear you down. That's number 1. I want to start right there. And I know, and I want to wanted to start here because this can probably be the most difficult thing to do. Because wisdom teaches us as we get older, our circle does not expand, but actually our circle gets smaller, right? And so we want to be wise in choosing our crew. Understanding this, though, if you are the guru of your crew, you need to find a different crew. You understand what I'm saying? You need to find people that you can bounce things off of, that you can learn from, that you can grow with, but who also encourage you, who who help you when you are, stuck, when you're going through your different moments. So surround yourself with people who bring you up, who understand in certain moments, man, uh, my sister or my brother is going through some different things. How can I help them to make it through this moment? Right? So surround yourself with people who don't tear you down, but people who bring you up. And that's easier said than done, but it's critically important. It's critically important that as we go throughout our day-to-day living, that we have some folk that we can just jump on the phone with, even, in our moments when we're going through things and they're just going to put a smile on your face. They're going to say something. They're going to crack a joke. They're going to do something that's going to cause you to smile, right? That's going to cause you to smile. That's going to pick you up. So let's make sure that we're choosing the people in our circle carefully. That's number one. That's number one. Choose correctly. Choose correctly. Number two, practice gratitude. Sometimes the way that we, you know, sometimes when we're down, the best thing that you can do is practice gratitude. In this space, we call it showing love. Can I get somebody even in this space? That's right, Jermaine, smile. In this space tonight, just in the comments section, just show somebody some love, by just showing love. Sometimes as we go through our difficulties, as we go through our challenge, when we begin to show gratitude, when we begin to extend love, that has a way of not only giving us perspective, but it can also cause us to get out of that space that we're in. The old folk used to say something like this: count your blessings one by one. Have you ever done that? You're in a moment, you're going through something, and then all of a sudden you remind yourself, right? You know what? I've been here before. He's brought me out. You know what? Um, I'm looking around and things are not as bad as they could be. Practice gratitude. It's kind of like, the young man who leaves from his father's home, right? And he gets out there and he wastes all of the fortune that comes from the house, from his father's house. And then he finds himself in a difficult situation, right? But then he is reminded of something. He says, even in the lowest places in my father's house, it's better than what I'm experiencing right now. And in that moment, that causes him to come to himself, and it causes him to make the journey back home. So sometimes, life can cause us to lose perspective, and we can get into places of being, of moaning and groaning. But if you can take a moment and just count your blessings, you're still living, still able to put a little bit of food on the table. Whatever it is, learn how to practice gratitude. Learn how to look to He who knows all things, and He who sees all things, and He who does all things well, and show a little gratitude. This is, in our space, when we talk about praying, we say you never start with yourself. You always start with honoring Him, showing Him gratitude. That's right, Whitney. Count your blessings. What are some ways that you show gratitude? You might help somebody tonight. Drop it in the comment section real quick. What are some ways that you show gratitude? It could be just, as simple as, somebody prepared a meal for you. Thank you. Somebody said a kind word to you. Thank you. Somebody opened up the door for you today. Thank you. Somebody made you smile, made you laugh. Thank you. There are various ways that we can show gratitude, but put that into practice. Why is that important? Because like most things in life, our confidence, um, it doesn't come without practice, right? It doesn't come without practice. And so if we want to be what we need to be, we have to put some of these things in practice, right? Um, Figure out the right questions to ask the folk you are wrestling with. That you're dealing with, right? Um, Practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. Learn how, even in the smallest things, to be grateful and to say thank you. Another thing, um, if you can learn how to practice self-compassion, what do I mean by that is, um, sometimes there are moments when you need to be direct and when you need to tell it like it is, but then there are other times when you need to be able to see other people's side of things, even when you don't necessarily agree with everything that they're talking about, but you can in fact have a little compassion as it relates to their situation and their circumstances, right? You know, we we come from a space and a place where we like to be direct, but every now and then, you ought to take a moment and just listen, because it is in the listening that you discover, that you learn. In the listening, it teaches you, okay, I'll receive that. May not receive that, and that's okay. But every now and then, as you look at different situations and circumstances, practice compassion, and not only for others, but also for you. Yeah, you got to find the capacity to forgive yourself every now and then. You've got to find the capacity, to say, you know what, I missed the mark right now, but tomorrow I'm going to do better. So don't just have compassion or empathy for others, but also learn how to have it for yourself, right? What else can you do? What else can you do when you're kind of going through and you don't know what to do and you kind of stuck and you kind of feeling some type of way? Find a way to perform an act of kindness. We just said before, be thankful for the people who do the little small things for you. You know, Sometimes when you're going through, the best thing that you can do is do something good for somebody else. Anybody picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, do something good for everybody else. Don't be so selfish that you fail to be selfless. You did. Sometimes helping somebody else, even when you're in the midst of going through what you are going through, opens up doors of blessings. Yeah, so figure out a way, perform an act of kindness, help somebody, share with somebody, listen to somebody. You know what I mean? In the hustle and bustle, sometimes we can get so self-consumed. We can sometimes be so self-centered that we miss the value of helping others. And I'm not just talking about sometimes just in words, but in deeds. In deeds. Feel what I'm saying? You remember the prophet comes to the woman's house. She has but a little. He says, "What do you have?" Now, in our day and time, folk will get all in their feelings, but here's the reality. Notice what he says to her. He says, "Give me what you have." She says, "Wait a minute. You know, the little bit that I have is going to be for me and my son. We was going to make a little cake, and then we was going to go outside and die." He said, "Listen, been a long journey for me to get here. Give me what you have first." And her, in the midst of what she is and what she was dealing with, her willingness to perform an act of kindness towards him opened up a window of blessing, not only for her, but also for her son who was connected to her. You know, we live in a world where everybody is about me, myself, and I, but every now and then, really more than every now and then, if we can find the capacity, Donna Ross would say, reach out and touch somebody's hand, make this world a better place if you can. Y'all know what I'm saying? Yeah, so show some kindness, you know. You don't know the effect on you when you reach out and show somebody else some love, show some kindness. What else? What else? What else? What do you do when you can't find somebody when you need to talk to? You know, you got to learn how to talk to yourself. Yeah. Another thing that you can do is learn and practice self-talk. You've got to learn how to tell yourself, I am the head and not the tail. I'm blessed going in and I'm blessed coming out. I'm blessed and highly favored. I don't care what they say. I know what he says. And because he says it, I can speak it over my life. Words matter, y'all. I'm going to just let that sit there and let it marinate for a minute with some of y'all. Your words matter. What you put out into the world matters. It says, my word will go forth and it shall accomplish everything for that which I've sent it, and it shall prosper in all of its ways. Your words matter. And so what you say about yourself matters. What you say about you is not just what you say about others, but also what you say about you. So in your moments of crisis, in your moments of conflict, you've got to learn how to speak over you. I believe it was David who said something like this: when nobody else around me had the capacity to encourage me, I learned how to encourage myself. Yeah, so there's going to be moments and times when you're going to have to learn how to encourage yourself. We do that by positive self-talk over our lives. I'm healed in Jesus' name. You understand what I'm saying? I'm healed in Jesus' name. No more sickness, no more pain. Yeah. So self-talk over your life. Encourage yourself. Now, what are some tangible things that we can do? When we talk about this, and we've been talking about this on Wellness Wednesday, I'm going to lose some of y'all right here, but that's all right. You got to learn how to eat right. You know, eating right connects to us feeling right. I'm sorry, but it does. Those moments, and I shouldn't be, eating I've been advised, I've got to lower my salt intake and all of this different things. And hey, and I'm committed to that. But here's the reality, you know, other ways that we can feel better is by eating right. You don't have to clear the plate every time you sit down to eat. You really don't. I know we've been raised up on that scarcity. Boy, there's folk over there in Africa who wish they had that. I don't know if that's true or not, but we've been sold that down through our lives, right? Eat healthy. We don't always have to, you know, if after every meal you're feeling sleepy, you may want to adjust your diet. I'm just saying. I ain't mad at you for eating a little dessert, but every now and then it might be cool, to pass on that. you feel what I'm saying? See, I see one of the non-compliance in the chat, right? In the chat, right there. See what I'm saying? Non-compliant. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna say this, and here's another thing. Here, I'm gonna say this. Sometimes you got to talk to somebody beyond just your friends, just your inner circle. Listen. In my space, I'm a realist. There are some things, no matter how anointed I may feel that I am, that when folk come to me about certain things in wisdom, I'm like, you need to go talk to somebody else. Let me say it emphatically. I am not opposed to seeking therapy. In our space, especially in the Black church, pray it away. Sometimes you need to go and talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with praying and going to therapy as well. And in wisdom, in certain situations, hey, listen, go talk to somebody. You need to go talk to somebody. But not only in terms of our mental capacity, but also in terms of coaching, right? You're trying to figure out this new idea that you have. You're trying to reach this new goal. You're trying to enter into this new career focus. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to mentors, finding you a coach. And let me say it like this. Here's the reality. It costs to get an education. So what do I mean by that? Stop always seeking free advice. It costs to get an education. If you're going to get a coach, if you're going to get a mentor, you got to be open to the possibility, especially if they're operating a business in that capacity. If you want to get that level of knowledge, you've got to be open to understanding that it costs. So if I'm going into a new area of expertise and I don't have the expertise, but I know somebody who does, they have a business and that, and you want them to mentor you and you want them to coach you, stop always seeking free. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to a coach, get some instructions, a mentor. So be open to that. And sometimes our coaches and our mentors can, we're stuck. We're trying to, make that next move in the process of our purpose. and they can give us insight, new direction. Hey, have you tried this? Have you thought about this? All of those things are important. You know, sometimes Unc and them don't have all the information that you need to be successful in this next move that you're making. Listen, we can learn from anybody, but sometimes, you know, Unc and them trying to give out that free advice may not be the advice that you need to make it to get to the next level in your next endeavor. That's all I'm saying as it relates to that. Then finally, you know, I just want to piggyback on what Sister Leanna Winstead talks about on Wellness Wednesday. Learn how to find some time to set aside to get in touch with you, to do the hard work, which is, in fact, the hard work. There is no mystery that we see over and over and over for 3 years where Jesus slips away to be by himself. There's nothing wrong with taking a beat, taking some time to get in touch with you. Nothing wrong with it. Every now and then, you got to find a corner and get silent, get rest. And when I talk about rest, I'm not talking about going to sleep. Sometimes, yes, we need our rest, we need to sleep. But when I'm talking about getting rest, sometimes that's just simply getting calm, pausing, breathing, letting go of, even if it's for a moment, all of the external pressures, cares of this world, and tapping back into who you are, the essence of who you are. I guess I'll leave it with that tonight. I've given you, that's right, because the Duchess finds some time to sit quietly. So, hey, these are some things that you can do, right? Find you a good circle. Practice compassion. Have a grateful spirit. Set aside some time for yourself, right? Ain't nothing wrong with therapy if you need it. Eat healthy. I think I covered it all. Yeah, I think I did. This has been a blessing to you tonight. Come on, hit those hearts and those likes tonight. Hit those hearts and those likes real quick. Show your boy some love. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit the stars button. We're asking for everybody to, you know, just drop that 100 stars. That's simply $1. Hit those 100 stars right there real quick. Hit those hearts and those likes. Hit that stars button. We certainly appreciate everyone who is in the space. Did y'all tell me what made you smile today? I didn't see everybody. Thank you, Brother Jermaine. Nothing wrong with it. So let's go out this way. Y'all let me know if you're feeling it. I love music, all types of music. So, yeah, y'all let me know if you're feeling this one. I think it's going to bless you.
Everyone falls in love sometimes. Sometimes it's wrong, and sometimes it's right. For every win, someone must fail. There comes a point when you excel. Say, shoot, 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 shoot. Say it, yeah. Shoot, 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 shoot.
Hey.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Come on.
Sing it now.
Sometimes you laugh,
Hey,
sometimes you cry. Life never shows us the winds are wise. But when you got friends to wish you well, you'll find a point when you exhale.
hey, y'all know what it is. This Wade's Word of the Day. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and again, we're your host and voice. That's Andre Ray. We love you. Thank you so much for coming into this space. Make sure that you tag, tell somebody about Word of the Day. Make sure that you share with everybody else you know. Come on with me. I'm out here. I'll talk to y'all real soon. Love you so much. Going out there to work.